Jun-ho hides the fact that his brother is the front man when Gi-hun encounters him again in Squid Game Season 2. Squid Game Season 1 sold two big mysteries: the front man's identity and Jun-ho's brother's fate. After finding a card in his possessions, Jun-ho, a detective, infiltrates the games to find his brother, believing he's a player. He discovers that In-ho is the front man who runs and oversees the terrible death games. Squid Game Season 1 ended with Jun-ho falling off a cliff into the water after being shot by In-ho. Season 2 shows that he survived, and Jun-ho searches for In-ho and the game's island. After finding Gi-hun, he returns, but their relationship becomes more problematic as Gi-hun seeks revenge on the frontman. Jun-ho lies to Gi-hun about not knowing the frontman's appearance, escalating Squid Game Season 3's disputes. No, tell him why. There is still hope for Jun-ho that his brother In-ho isn't all bad, despite the fact that In-ho deceived him, shot him, and appeared to have left him for dead during their encounter on the cliff before the end of Squid Game Season 1. Even though In-ho has become corrupt, Jun-ho loves him and knows the hardships he has endured. He wishes the old In-ho could be found somewhere. The truth would expose too much about In-ho and put Jun-ho's brother's fate in Gi-hun's hands, which is why he still wants to protect him. Ultimately, Jun-ho desires to be the one to handle In-ho. Even while Jun-ho wishes he could alter his brother and help him come out of the shadows, he is well aware that Gi-hun would not budge until he exacts his revenge on the frontman. Even though Gi-hun could have figured out the frontman's plan to hack into the most recent games and pose as Player 001 if Jun-ho had only been forthright with him, he didn't find out about it until the very end of Squid Game Season 2. In addition, Jun-ho fabricated the story of not knowing the frontman so that Gi-hun would have been less inclined to collaborate with him if the truth had been revealed. During the second season of Squid Game, Gi-hun planned to exact revenge on Jun-ho, but he was mistaken in thinking that Jun-ho's familial ties to In-ho would influence his judgment. Gi-hun probably wouldn't have continued their relationship if they hadn't had different objectives for the frontman on Squid Game's island, and he certainly wouldn't have agreed that In-ho should be saved.